Welcome to Mic'd Up. I'm your host, Bambi.
And I'm David Sloan. We got a really exciting show for you today. Cale Crowe's in the building, and from listening to him practice, I'm really excited for what we have in store. We have 2 performances, and we're also going to sit down for an interview. But before all that, let's get to know him a little bit better. Cale is a singer, songwriter, performer with a natural ability to create music. Originally from Andersville's First Nation in Ontario, he is now a resident of the Kawartha Lakes area. He is a former student of Durham College, graduating from the Music Business Management program. With years of experience under his belt, he is moving forward with drive and determination.
Here's Cale Crowe performing his first song, Closer.
Watch you in the candlelight. Your clothes are on the floor. The glow of your body, a wave round this party. I wanna lose control. You're the worst kind of addiction. You drag me back for more. Bloodshot eyes, my mouth is dry. I wanna use your soul. Can this be forever? Can this be all my life? Can you show me how to keep you this way in my mind? Pull me closer one last time. Your fingernails are fire. You're burning down my spine. Your lips along my neck. Tie the noose and take my breath. I wanna die in your arms tonight. Now, can this be forever? Can this be all my life? Can you show me how to keep you this way in my mind? Pull me closer one last time. 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 sway my mind. Pull me closer one last time.
Gotta say, that was amazing. So we're gonna throw to a quick commercial break, but when we get back, we'll have an interview with Cale and then we'll have another performance, so stay tuned.
Hello, folks. Are you looking for some good old-fashioned family entertainment? Well, look no further than the most exciting thing to roll into an empty parking lot this autumn. It's a car! This non-moving marvel of mechanical engineering is a godsend of advanced technological transportation. And for this weekend only, you can come here to this parking lot and look at it. Just listen to a testimonial from this upstanding Canadian citizen.
Well, I have my own car, so one being in this parking lot isn't super special. I guess this one's blue. Mine's not blue. That's kind of cool, I guess.
This baby's got all the options. Tires, a back, it's blue, and it has 5 seats. 5 seats! Whatever plans you had this weekend, cancel them. You don't need them. This is what you need. Come here this weekend. You can pay at the entrance. Tickets are probably affordable.
All right, welcome back. We're sitting down with Cale for a little bit of interview, and we got a couple questions for you.
Cool.
So the first one I kind of want to ask is, do you have any projects on the work, like any new albums or anything?
Yeah, I'm actually about to head back into the studio. The last time I was here, I talked about getting back into the writers' room, and I actually kind of wasted my Christmas holiday just tirelessly working. So now I'm ready to get back into a booth and punch out some new songs, and hopefully have that out before the end of spring. So
I'm honestly really excited for that, because just listening to you perform, it's amazing.
oh, thank you so much.
So far, how's music been like?
Music's been great. I mean, it's kind of the only thing I would say that really has made sense. I went to school back in 2013 and hated it, and I remember hitting up my parents and being like, look, this is what I want to do, this is what makes sense to me, and if it doesn't work, I'll just blend back into society and just say whatever. But they were totally supportive of it, and I haven't looked back since, and it's been about 6 years now, so yeah, it's been great.
On that kind of topic, have you ever suffered from writer's block? And,
oh, absolutely. I think.
Do you have any remedies or anything to get past it?
Yeah, I think it's sort of unnatural for people to not get writer's block. I mean, even you see these people coming out with 5 unreleased albums, and it would be weird for them to not even have writer's block. But what I like to do is I like to take myself out of where I normally write. So, for example, I write a lot of stuff in the comfort of my own bedroom. I've got, piano and guitar and everything set up there. But if I'm suffering from a block, I usually try and, maybe go for a walk, or, if I've got a vacation planned, I'll take a notebook and just sort of get yourself out of that space of having to write something and just letting the feeling or the phrasing just kind of come to you. And I think a lot about writing when I'm by myself, down at the beach, or just walking through the woods, or just whatever I feel. Whenever I feel the moment come to me, I just decide to get out of that space of having to do stuff and get back into wanting to do it. So.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do things when you feel motivated,
absolutely,
and passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, it's definitely not something that I try and force, for sure. Yeah. So.
On the writing block subject, has there been a specific, a song that you've ever had to go through that? Yeah,
actually. Well, I can give 2 instances of it. The first would be the song that I just played. I sort of went back and forth over lyrics and things. I had the melody for the verse in my head, and then I kind of did an outline of the skeleton of the words, and then kind of tossed back and forth and sort of thing. And I had a couple verses laid out, and I didn't like the way that they were, so I set it aside for a little while, and then I came back to it. But then on the other side of things, I have a song called If You Let Me, and the song basically wrote itself in 20 minutes. So I was just, it's really just up to the song how it wants to come out, and you know, whether or not I'm open to receiving that phrasing or that melody or whatever, you know.
So I'm not really well versed in all the technology that comes into like producing songs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I see like underneath this right now, you have a paddle system
Yes.
that you seem to like loop parts of your songs. I just kind of know like, you know, how did you figure out you wanted to use that in your songs?
So the thing at my feet when I perform is called a loop station, and it basically kind of started back before I even knew what a loop pedal was. I mean, I had you know, bands in high school that, you know, I tried to get together and tried to play. I actually played a lot of metal back in high school, and I couldn't get anybody to commit. And it finally got to a point where I remember I had a bass player who's now like a pilot or something. But at the time, I remember he told his girlfriend to tell me that I was nothing but a dreamer and it wouldn't ever happen and blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I wasn't looking for it to go anywhere. I was just sort of looking to have fun, and I said, all right, fine, forget you then. And then it wasn't until 2011 or 12 that I was in a sociology class, and a professor showed us a video of an artist by the name of Bernhoft from Norway, and he uses a bunch of smaller loop pedals in a semicircle around him while he sits, and he loops his vocals individually, bass lines, beatboxing, all that sort of thing. And so that was kind of like the switch. I get a lot of people saying, oh, like you watch a lot of Ed Sheeran, and I didn't even know who Ed Sheeran was when I first, when I decided I wanted to pick up one of these, so yeah.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Now, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to pursue music?
So I remember someone like Dave Grohl said, like, you have to suck, and you have to suck and suck and suck and suck and be terrible at it, because, you know, like, think of the first time you tried to ride a bike or drive a car or, you know, anything like that. Like, that person wouldn't be trusted on the road, you know what I mean? So when I look at new musicians, I think, like, that person, you know, if someone has a terrible show, I'm like, okay, well, they got that out of the way.
Yep.
So, you know, so, and like, I think it was like, I forget what cartoon it was, and I heard a character say, sucking is the first step to being really good at something, you know, so you have to do it until you're not terrible at it, basically, because let me tell you, this was not an overnight process for me, so.
Well, yeah, it's the age-old saying, like, practice makes perfect. So.
Exactly.
I might just try this music thing, you know, it's kind of fun pressing these buttons.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely exercising a different part of my brain when I perform, because I know a lot of people, when I started performing with it back home, a lot of people compared me to like an octopus, you know, thinking with different limbs and having different functions going on, and it's really kind of expanded my perception of how music, generally speaking, works. You know, so
I personally don't think I would have the coordination to do all that.
I said the same thing. I said exactly the same thing when I first started, but I always liken it to jump rope. You know, when you're in school and you see that swinging. Well, when I first started, I set the pace, and then from there, it's just knowing when to jump in. Okay. You know, so.
All right. Well, I think we're going to throw to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have another performance from you, and then
sounds good
to close out the show. So yeah, stay tuned.
A secret admirer. When Tim Horton rolled up the rim and lost, he realized he could make millions off of unsuspecting college students, and a Canadian icon was born.
Now performing his second song, here's Cale Crowe with Drowning.
spring creeks down below. In the cold of the night, set between us, your breath keeps me warm. But don't you dare wake up and remind me. Don't you remember? Never mind me. Don't you ever find me drowning in things I don't know. Don't you ever try to reach, 'cause I embrace the depths below. You just lay beside me, watch the world as it burns alive. Could you find me? Wake me from my sleep. At the bottom of the deep end, I'll meet you and discover what the hype's all about. At the end of the shore is our secret place of the world we can do without. But don't you dare turn around and surprise me now. Don't you wanna forget all the tiny things now? Don't you ever try me drowning in things I don't know. Don't you ever try your reach, 'cause I embrace the depths below. Could you just lay beside me and watch the world as it burns alive? Could you find me? Wake me from my sleep. Beneath the crashing of the waves, you and I light up by the moon. Oh, together we'll swim forever in the darkness beyond the swirling undertow. So won't you find me drowning in things I don't know? Won't you try your reach, for I embrace the depths below? Could you just lay beside me and watch the world as it burns alive? Could you find me and wake me from my sleep?
That was amazing. Thank you so much for performing.
Thank you very much.
Where can we find your music?
So you can find my music at Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Apple Music, pretty much wherever music is sold. You can also find, excuse me, on YouTube at Cale Crowe's channel and
Awesome.
And, oh yeah, and don't forget Instagram.
All right, yeah, so that's been our show today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.